Welcome back to the Stoop Football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and I got Mark here with me. Welcome to
everybody.
Whoa, something happened right there. You screamed and cut out a bunch. Calm down and say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Much better. Hey, Mark, this is the late night edition. This is the sexy edition,
Oh.
man.
Hold on, let me get my sexy voice. All right. Well, I'm really excited to talk about football at 10 p.m.
I thought you were going to be like, hold on, let me grab my
Tuesday night.
sexy voice. Hey, baby. I just want to talk a little football.
That's my sexy
Come on.
Prince voice. I want to be your lover.
Awesome. So I want to say what's up to the Stoop crew who's already here. I see Ben and Jimmy, Bremer's Ghost, Ben Ireland and Jimmy, who have been here having a hell of a conversation all on their own, which is awesome, which we love. As well, Bandy, I see Bandy here, and I have to say, I love this. I'm so happy for you, Bandy. He says, "Hey Lolo, my wife is absolutely over the moon, for I have secured a pair of long sought after tickets to Swindon Town the musical. Get them fast because Man City is going to see him soon, so it may."
What? Swindon Town the Music. Oh, that's the FA Cup,
You had to
right?
be here. Yeah, their FA
guess.
Cup
I
on the show
guess.
last night when I mentioned Swindon Town. Swindon Town the musical. But good to see everybody there. Looks like we got Bob Retrovolt in the comment section as well. What's up, Bob? Good to see you. We were
going
thinking
on?
of you when we decided to do a few 10 o'clock shows because it's like 7 or 8 over there. But
It's a tolerable
Mark-
time for him.
Mark, this is the late night show. We're only doing like 30 minutes, so we're gonna run through this in consideration. We're doing it at 10 in consideration of people like Bob, and we're only doing 30 minutes in consideration of people like Ben.
The other side of the Atlantic.
The other side.
Pond, if you will.
Yo, we're bi-ponding here. We're bi-ponding here.
We're a continental show, intercontinental. show.
We're spread eagle across the pond. Oh my God! Let's talk football, Mark. Let's get into it. We're talking. Let me see. What are we talking? The transfer banter show. So now today we've been hearing all sorts of stuff going on in the transfer news, and a lot of it you can listen to, and a lot of it you can't listen to, and it comes to a certain point where you're like, I'm just gonna stop listening. So, what was something that you heard today that you don't know if it's true or it may or may not be true? I heard like Tariq Lamptey coming to Arsenal.
I didn't hear going to Arsenal.
No,
but
going to Spurs.
going to Spurs.
Sorry.
I heard.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Brighton would do that. It didn't. It doesn't
For 50
make
million pounds, maybe.
For maybe
Yeah.
50 million. That is a good price tag. I don't necessarily know if he's worth all that. But you go ahead and spend that money on Tariq, and you can leave Traore alone.
The crazy thing is Tariq Lamptey would be backup. Like we would get him as a backup to not Kieran Tierney, Tomiyasu, or him and Tomiyasu would battle it out.
Right. And
so
honestly, I think Tariq would be an upgrade.
Yeah, that would be the scary thing where I'm like, no, come on. Tomiyasu's doing great.
But I mean, if they could afford him and if they really wanted him, I mean, he would be a great fit on Spurs, I think.
Oh, gross.
I know, but we're talking about the transfer rumor, not the team.
Yeah.
And you
so
have
what's one that you heard? What's one that you heard?
I'm getting tired of hearing about Ruben Neves going to everyone that might have a budget. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
If we were, 14th, 15th, maybe. But I don't see him. I don't see him going anywhere because obviously every team needs that, needs the money to be able to buy, but we're getting back 4 or 5 players from injury, and it's going to be like having transfer signings. We're going to get Neto back. We're going to get Johnny back. We're going to get Yerson back, the guy that signed and immediately tore his hamstring 5 minutes into playing for us. Yerson, I don't remember his last name.
Nobody knows, Mark.
He lasted so long, I didn't remember his name. Yeah, so but yeah, I'm getting really tired about hearing the Rumen Neves rumor.
Yeah,
Najee started like, "Are you guys gonna sell him?" And it's just like, no, we're not. He's not going to United. He would be unhappy. Why would he go to United? That is a dysfunctional
Every
club.
Time I see,
is he gonna fix it? No, I don't think so. And I don't even think he gets. I think he'll get some starting, but I don't think he's a full-time starter like he is with Wolves, and he would be foolish to jump into that crap.
Yeah. What's up, Mr. Tom? Welcome to the show. I saw you cheating on us over on the other show, so I'm glad you came over. He says he's enjoying his new signing, just like you were talking about. You're getting some players back, like Neto. I mean, imagine going half the season without somebody of the caliber of Neto. That is a January signing, essentially. Except it's even better because he knows the system and he's part
I wouldn't
of
say I wouldn't say he knows the system because he has yet to play in the system. His last
he hasn't even played.
He hasn't played for Bruno.
Oh
no! I mean, he's obviously sitting in the film room and in the meetings and on the sideline for the training. But no, he hasn't played for Lage yet. But I bet Bruno is just. He's like an excited dog waiting for that ball to be thrown.
Yeah, man. We don't talk about Bruno. Sorry.
No. Lage. Bruno Lage.
I know. So to finish Mr. Tom's comment, he said Forshaw, he's doing well. Adam Forshaw is a player like that, out for 2 years for Leeds United. And everyone just, they're like, he's done. And he worked his ass off and came back and he's killing it. So
he's been great for Leeds.
Speaking of Leeds United, there's my man right up there over my shoulder, Raphinha. You hear this? You heard it since he had his first good game for Leeds United. I think Chris was saying, "Oh, Liverpool need him," and I'm like, nobody wanted is 17 million they got him for a couple years ago. Yeah, Liverpool really wanted him, and he's like, no, I'm going to go to Leeds. Shut up. Nobody was after him. But now I'm hearing how, well, Manchester United need him. Liverpool is always the big one coming after him. But then I read something about Leeds United needing the money because of the injuries that they've sustained. And this would be the time if you could flip him. Because what happens if you don't have a good season and get relegated? Who's going to want to come to Leeds now? You know, that sort of thing. So, that's kind of some nonsense as well. It doesn't sound like a Bielsa thing to do. But instead of talking to us about that, why don't we bring on a Leeds fan who can talk about it all the way from sunny or nighttime California? Bob.
What up, man? What up,
hey, what's going on, Bob? Retro Volt.
Not much, man. Got the old COVID, but doing okay with it.
Good.
Yeah, booster gang, man. So I'm doing okay.
Speedy recovery to you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do we have to stay 6 pixels away from him?
If you guys could all wear masks, it'd probably be a good idea right now.
I like that you gave so much headroom between you and me. Like you're like halfway down the screen.
Yeah, right.
Keeping away from me. Thank you. Yeah. Way over there. But good to see you, Bob. I hope you feel better soon.
Thanks, man. I appreciate this new start time, guys. I think this is very nice of you. Just
Yeah, just something we're taking for a spin.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we are definitely we're trying some new things. We're trying to grow the audience. But so, talk to me about what do you think about all the Raphinha nonsense?
He's not going anywhere, boys. He signed with Leeds till 2025. Leeds have said basically now in this morning's papers, I'm reading it in the Mirror, so it must be true, that that they're all going to sit down with Raphinha and they're talking about a new contract. because of how well he's been doing, and that Liverpool are off the scent, and they're after Luis Diaz or someone from Porto instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people are got their fingers in that pie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they actually Luis Diaz could come in and do the thing, like be the next Raphinha, and they can get him for a lot cheaper than they would be able to get him off of a Premier League club. Bob, can you possibly tilt your camera down a little bit?
Sure.
Every time John pops up a comment, it like
cuts you
it
off.
looks like a
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
My question would be the adverse, where, yes, the
Don't be
Leeds,
using big words like that.
Yeah, you
Leeds
lost me
doesn't want
You lost most of our audience on that. What do you mean the adverse? Is that like an adverb?
The opposite. I'd like to look at the opposite.
You could have just said opposite.
there. Yeah, right.
Well, now I'm.
Why are you
forced
being
to
a
use-
dick?
Because
Making us feel bad.
Yeah, dude.
Look, y'all are. I'm going to safely assume that the both of you are college educated.
Yeah.
Yeah, theater college.
Fair enough.
It counts. It counts.
So Leeds has stated that they have no plans to send off Raphinha for no matter how much, but Leeds is still running the risk of relegation, and what if he didn't want to go through
Ben.
that? What if he just says, you know what, I want to go to a squad that has a better chance of Europe? Is that possible?
That's possible, but I mean, from a club perspective, if you're Leeds United, okay, we're not having a great season. Obviously, I don't think we're going to get relegated. I really don't.
I don't think so either.
I really
the
don't
risk
think
is
so.
still there.
It's still there. The risk is definitely still there. But for instance, who's going to sign for Newcastle? Right? Who are they going to
Kieran Trippier.
What's he going to do?
He's going to be the best damn right back on the team.
He's going to be the best person in Newcastle.
Player on that team.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I don't think Leeds are a selling club anymore. I really don't. If they'd come in, when we were in the Championship, and they could have raided whoever they wanted to raid. But I don't think we're a selling club anymore. Whether Bielsa's here next year or not, there's definitely a plan with the 49ers and all this type of stuff. So there's definitely a road forward. You know what I mean? Reading some of the stuff that Raphinha tweeted or put on his Instagram, a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, he's happy to be at Leeds, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
He moved his girlfriend there, didn't he?
Yeah, and he proposed to her, man.
Did he do it in Yorkshire? In Yorkshire slang? I don't know how you would do that.
Hey up, love, you want to get married?
And she's like, ¿qué?
What?
I'm just assuming she's like Brazilian or
I'm guessing.
Hispanic.
She lived where it was warm and sunny, and there was a beach nearby, and now it just rains.
But there's so much culture in Yorkshire, though.
Yo, she loves him. She loves him. To move from. I like how we're just all assuming it's not some drabby white lady from Leeds that he's dating.
I can't say anything. Mate. I married a Californian, so I can't say anything about the ladies.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're fucking fancy, Bob. That's why. Right. Listen, I will tell you right now why Raphinha is going nowhere. Because it's a World Cup year, and he just got called up for Brazil. Not only that, he fucking destroyed every match that he played. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
To the point where people were talking about him instead of Neymar. Neymar got mad. He got benched the next game. Little mini Ronaldo,
Neymar's
the Brazilian.
Broken, right? Didn't Neymar break his ankle?
Yeah. So there's that as well. So Raphinha's number one goal right now in life, beyond just the Premier League. So his goal is to fucking play hard every single game, of course, and to win for his club. You can tell he has that mentality. But beyond that, his goal right now isn't to be like, I need to play for Manchester fuck all. I need to play for Barcelona. Like, yeah, those might be in the future, but his number one goal is to be a starter on that Brazilian squad and have a chance to be in the history books of the World Cup.
And the best way
That's
to
his
show
number one.
the best
and if he goes to Liverpool, he doesn't start right away.
Exactly.
He is put on display.
It's the Van der Beek. It's the Van der Beek syndrome.
He's put on display every time Leeds play, even when they're terrible.
Yeah,
right.
Raphinha usually shows something that you're like, fuck,
absolutely.
He's so good.
You make a fabulous point.
He learned a really good lesson to see what happened with Jack Grealish when he went from Villa to City.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Villa, he was the main guy. Players were saying, whenever we got the ball, we wanted to give it to Grealish. Grealish could shine, all this type of stuff. Now Grealish is just another star in a team full of stars, right?
And you know what? Clear example. Does Grealish walk on to the England national team right now?
No.
He hasn't fucking played.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but
so there you go. Sit at home with your 100 million fucking pounds.
His playing time in the Euros was pretty limited as well, wasn't it?
It's going to be even more limited now.
Yeah, so it's not like he's Harry Kane. Harry Kane can have a shitty Premier League, and he's starting for England in the World Cup.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right.
Good. I'm good for y'all. I liked y'all in the Euros, but now it's World time, and we'll get to that.
I gotta agree with you there.
We'll get to that.
It's a whole different ball of wax. It's a whole different ball of earwax.
Yeah, Ben Island says Grealish is behind Foden and Saka for me, and I have to agree with that completely. I think Grealish has made a backwards move.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of love that Phil Foden gets when he's missed like a ton of games this season, and he's not amazing in every game he plays. I'm just shocked that he stands out in a Man City team that has so many. Like somebody important or famous said Phil Foden will be the next Englishman to win Ballon d'Or.
Maybe.
I was like,
he's got to get more playing time before that happens.
I mean,
but he doesn't really, because he gets the medal if he plays a certain amount of games and City wins everything. He gets the medal.
I suppose as we learned this past voting cycle that does matter.
Following up on Ben Island's point there, he's saying Grealish is behind Foden and Saka. If I had a choice between taking either Foden or Saka, I'd take Saka right now too. You know what I mean? Over the two, because Saka is more consistent than Foden, I think, personally.
Saka took a minute to kick on, and by a minute I mean like 10 fucking games. But once he kicked on, there's times where there's periods in Arsenal matches where you're like, Saka's untouchable right now. Just give him the ball. It's Mo Salah moments where you're like, just give him the ball. He'll do the rest. And you guys fucking get in the box.
Saka's actually one of my favorite players to watch right now that's not a Leeds player. I like watching Saka play. I think he's a super talent. What is he, like 19 or something as well?
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Dang.
20.
He's 20
Martinelli's 19. Emil Smith-Rowe is 19 or 20. Like, our team is... everybody's bitching about having to start their youngsters, and we're like, we finally got rid of our old guys. Like, we keep trying to give our old guys COVID.
Arsenal's got a fetus on their bench, man. Come on, you guys are super young.
No, there's... I'm starting to think that somebody was like, Aubameyang asked if he could go out of town, and they're like, yeah, here you go, go ahead and sign it. Yeah. And then when he came back, they're like, oh, we lost the paperwork. Nobody told you could go. So you're in trouble. Got him. Now we have a reason to bench Aubameyang.
Yeah, right.
I thought maybe Boris Johnson was working with Arsenal to keep Aubameyang out because of COVID.
No, yeah. So speaking of which, that's the next subject that I would like to talk about is are we witnessing a downward spiral of a person, of a man?
A downward spiral. This is a fucking nuclear meltdown.
The downward is going from who Aubameyang was last season, 2 seasons ago, winning the Golden Boot, tied three-way tie, but still. Coming back, having a bad season, and then having a not so hot start to a season, being benched for being late, given the captain's armband, given the money, and given a captain's armband. Being late, so being put on the bench for one of the most important matches of the season to an Arsenal fan, the North London Derby. Then we saw all the rest as it happened. Like he started to do well. He was playing every match, and then he goes out of town, comes back late, and he gets punished again. And from that, something happened within that where Mikel Arteta was done, and he's like 3 strikes and you're out, or 2 strikes and you're out, or whatever. But you're no longer the captain. So he's all fucked up in his head. They let him leave early to go to AFCON. Perfect time. This was where I was like, it's cool. We're going to end this season with Aubameyang, and Aubameyang's going to kick on and get another 10 goals without being the starter, by coming on and being like the super sub. He's got to go to AFCON and clear his head. Let that shit go. Maybe win it. And he leaves early because he's not in training with Arsenal, so he leaves early to go fucking train. And he goes out to a party and gets COVID. Yeah. And now he's out for 10 days? They could be out of the tournament.
So it was self before side, and then Mr. Director, what did we come up with? Clubbing before a country.
Oh, dang.
Good work, John.
Yeah. Excellent work,
because I just don't understand. I mean, what
John, that is what your Twitter account is for. If you finally have something that's great for your Twitter account, find a picture of Aubameyang and just put #clubbing before country.
I'm going to steal that, John.
I thought of it like 3 minutes before we went live.
We were talking about it, and John came up with that. It was brilliant.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's like I've said it since the midpoint last season, before he got suspended for showing up late to the meeting for the North London Derby. That I felt that Arsenal was better without him.
Much better.
And I've also been saying, Devin, that's exactly what I was going to go to.
What's up, Devin?
Here is I have been saying this.
Even Tim liked it.
And in fact, even today, I said it on our little group chat. And Mr. Lawler was just like, no, it's more than that. It's not that, Marco. It's something else. And I'm like, no. I think he got his money. And now it's like, I can do whatever he's equating that as having power with the club.
Right.
And it's clashing with Arteta. And if his last, heading to Spain and being shown on Twitter account or Instagram, getting the tattoo and showing up late and being essentially exiled from the team, if that wasn't enough, if that wasn't the final nail, this is. There is no way you can bring him back to Arsenal at this point, given his behavior.
From an outsider's perspective, Arsenal seem like a much better team without him. It's like, kind of like the rotten apple spoiling the barrel kind of thing, the Ozil effect, as I like to call it. You know what I mean?
And I've been saying it for almost a year.
And full credit to Arteta for taking him by the balls and just throwing him out. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he's going to play.
You have to admit, for Arteta, that was a
watershed moment for Arteta, I think.
That was if this blows up in our face, you're fired.
Yeah, exactly.
If it doesn't, you might become an Arsenal legend.
Yep.
And I think that showed Arsenal fans that Mikel has a backbone. And to be honest, I've been watching these interviews with other players, with Saka and with I watched that Ramsdale interview on Fozcast. It was fantastic. It was fantastic to get to see what goes through his head, and even as a modern player, all these guys are Instagram friends. It's funny, but
Arsenal seem a lot more like Arsenal nowadays. You've got some characters in there now. They seems to be got rid of these like old aging stars that are causing issues, and they seem to have some nuts about them. And it's good to see Arteta's just said, "I'm going to win or I'm going to lose. I'm going to succeed or fail on my own terms, and this is it." You know.
Well, I would say he is. Aubameyang was the last quote unquote star on the team. Like. Right. Even though we got that money for Pepe, his name quickly became a nobody. Like, if everybody, like we don't have. It's not an Arsenal where you have these huge names. At least right now, they're becoming big names.
Yeah, they'll become big names.
So, I mean, like the highest paid player, not the highest paid player, but the person we paid the most for on the pitch is Ben White, I think. Of actual players, 50 million who actually play. Yeah, Ben White. I don't know if he makes the most.
I think so. I'm trying to think what'd you guys pay for Odegaard?
Like 20 or 20, somewhere around that.
I paid like 35 for Partey.
Yeah,
roughly the same for Tavares.
Tavares,
I think you paid like
Tavares. I just want to address some of these comments from Devin. Devin Lindsay, good to see you on the show. He says, I have a friend from his country and they always show up late to everything. Not a bad thing, but when you're in the Prem, you just can't do it. And beyond in the Prem, you can't do that. To me, my biggest thing with Aubameyang was I love him as a player. He is not a captain. That was such a clear moment of how do we get you to stay before we give you a shit ton of money. Here, take this. He's not a captain. When times get hard, he shirks. Imagine him on the pitch during the fracas that happened at Man City. He would have been out of the way.
But here's
at least Lacazette was in the middle of it.
Here's a point. Here's a point for that is that the cachet or the just very simply the cachet that goes along with being the captain. I mean that's a big prideful thing. Yeah. Hey, I'm the captain of Arsenal. Piss off.
When was the last time?
He obviously didn't handle it, and it was taken away. It's like is this his way of trying to just like look? Oh yeah, you want to treat me that way? I'm gonna fuck up until you get rid of me.
When was the last time Arsenal had a good captain since Tony Adams?
What's his name? The manager for
Patrick Vieira.
Yeah,
Patrick Vieira. I mean, at least he's rough. He's loud. He's an angry fella. But you know what? He's in the middle of the pitch and he was solid.
So compare Adams, Vieira to Aubameyang. Captain material. It's like
not even close. Like
not even close.
It's like almost to the point where I'm like, what is nepotism when you're not related? Like I because it was just handed to him for no fucking reason. And I've been telling Mark, take the armband off him, and he'll be better. He's a free flowing. He's very loose and fun, and I love him. And he brought a jovial energy. But it's is it still light outside?
No, my
he's got the little monitor in the background.
Oh, it's a monitor.
Big old monitor in the background. My buddy's
I thought the door open.
No.
Anyway, guys, we're coming to the end of the show, and I just wanna hit this one last thing. Philippe Coutinho. What do you guys think about Coutinho coming back to the league, real quick?
Could Gerrard steal him?
Possibly.
That's the question.
Possibly. If he goes somewhere like Newcastle, that's a joke move. If he goes to Villa or somewhere like that, that's a good move for him, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know. There's talk of the Everton maybe getting him, but I don't see that happening. If he wants playing time, he goes to Everton. If he wants to be on a winning team, he goes to Arsenal or not. But he goes to Liverpool or Spurs, right? So who else is looking at him?
What are Spurs going to win?
Nothing.
I said a winning team.
Oh,
I don't know.
I know. I mean, Spurs are in the running for top 5, top 6.
they're gonna Spurs it up.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, the Coutinho will try and beg to differ.
I don't. I think Coutinho goes to Spurs and he becomes another Dele Alli who they're trying to get rid of anyway. Good to see you, Clarendon Big Blue. We're actually we're just about done. We're trying to keep these around 30 minutes. So I just want to see Philippe Coutinho. I think Philippe Coutinho to Aston Villa is the one that kind of scares me a little bit because Steven Gerrard can get something out of him.
Sure.
And he may be slower than he used to be, but he's always had great feet. The reason I don't want him, Ben Island says it right there. Another bad apple in the dressing room. I've been screaming, do not bring Coutinho over. You talk about how good he is, so why does he not play for all these big teams that he's been on?
Right.
Yeah, when he was in
That's
Germany.
It's the Gareth Bale thing as well.
Exactly.
There's something wrong with the person.
Watch the scum will sign him, and he'll become another one of those big name losers up there.
Good. They're collecting them. Fucking Manchester United are playing Pokemon with all the football players in the world. They're just gotta collect them all. Gotta collect them all. We'll be good eventually.
Eventually. Yeah.
It's like,
I don't
know. Okay, guys, that's been it for our Thursday late night. Don't forget, we're on for 2 hours tomorrow for happy hour, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's only midnight for you guys over there in the UK, and you're all here at 3 a.m., so you better be there at midnight.
They're going to be sleeping.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if anything, it'll be harder for Bob to be here because it's like 4 in the afternoon for you.
Right.
I'm quarantined for a couple of days, so I'll be banging around.
Oh, excellent, man. We'll
good.
look forward to seeing
Good.
you.
Well, maybe we'll send you the link, man. You can come in.
Appreciate it.
And I miss happy hour. It's been like 3 weeks we haven't done a happy hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, BX, you missed us, man. Woo! But anyway, now I can't talk and I'm losing my voice. Anyway, don't forget to join us tomorrow for happy hour. Please hit the like, the subscribe, the share button, and all next week, Monday through Thursday, we will be live at 10 p.m. So join us every night, but we're only live for half an hour, so no showing up late like BX here, all right?
Just wondering.
We keep it short and sweet. Oh, and if you have any suggestions for show topics, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, on the website,
on our website,
thestupidlolo.com.
Nice.
Love you guys. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
John,
boss.
Bob, Mark.
Good to see everyone.
Peace from Brooklyn.